Having looked at cell specialisation in animals, we're now going to look at it in plants. Again, it's not difficult because there's only a few that you need to know, which really helps, doesn't it, as far as I'm concerned. The first one, actually, you do need to know another one, which they haven't included in the specification, but we'll talk about that in a minute as well. So the first one is a root hair cell. Now, if you remember, plant cells have a cellulose cell membrane. A root hair cell has a big protrusion sticking out of it. I don't know why it always ends up looking like I've given somebody a big nose here. Okay. There are no chloroplasts because it's underground, so there's no point in having chloroplasts. There are cell vacuoles. Okay. And you do have a nucleus. It's a bit of a small nucleus there. So you've got your cellulose cell membrane and things like that. Just typical structure. The root hair, well, you've got to think about why we have a root hair, and the root hair is there to increase surface area. Increase the surface area. Okay, because it's used for uptake of water and minerals. And that's the sole job of the root hair cell, is to uptake water and minerals, because the plant always needs water for photosynthesis and the transpiration stream. And also, if it's not got enough water, it will collapse. We'll talk about that more in osmosis. So you need it for uptake of water and minerals. You need mineral salts. So it's quite an important part. Okay, that's the root hair cell. The other two that you really need to know about are xylem. Funny word. I never found out where the word xylem's come from. And basically, it's a tube. Okay, all the cell membranes and cell walls have broken down in the middle of the tube. It's a very strong hollow tube, and it's used for transport of water, and that is all in the transpiration stream. Okay, so it's transporting water from the roots up to the leaves. That's all it's for, and it's strengthened with lignin. So the walls are impermeable and strong. And I spelled impermeable wrong. There we go. Permeable and strong. Whereas if we go over to the other one, which is phloem, and things flow through phloem. And this time you have to have, it's sort of two cells really. Okay, it's got a tube like this, and there's a sieve plate. This has got holes in it, and you have a companion cell. That's interesting. Okay, so substances, this is a tube with a sieve plate. It's a bit windy here, so you can hear it howling. So there's a sieve plate and a tube, and that's for the movement of substances up and down the plant, sorry. So it'll be, for example, sugars and amino acids. And that is the main function of that. The companion cell is a normal plant cell. So it has a nucleus and things like that in it, and it helps the control. So that's a companion cell. Oops. Help if I really could spell today. Right. So there's your companion cell. So those are your main cells. The basic cell that I talked about, again, none of those have chloroplasts in them. Okay, they don't need it because they're not for photosynthesis. The main cell that I showed you before was the palisade cell, which is found in leaves, and that's got the chlorophyll. So that's your classic plant cell. But these ones are specialist. One's for transport of water, one's for movement of other substances, obviously in water, because you need something to shift it around. But that's their basic functions. Okay.